Felwood is basically one big bait and fuck you sign. Because it's like, you can maybe try to go this way, but nope. You can maybe try to go that way, but nope. Yo, Stavsko! Did you manage to fix your sleep schedule? You're early today. Kind of. Really? Nice! I expected it to be a no. Perfect, man, seriously. Good job. What did you do? Did you sleep like a whale, or did you do something? How did you fix it? I feels much better. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I get it. I get it. I mean, don't get me wrong, but I had some friends who literally had like suicidal tendencies for a while after like getting into those situations where, like, I don't know if you ever went to like internet cafes and stuff, but when we were kids here, it was kind of common for us to go to like internet cafes, sometimes even like not going to school and just going to an internet cafe. And basically, yeah, like in a bunch of those situations, like one of them is literally underground here. So it's a weird situation because, wait, let me just mark this guy real quick. I don't have poisons on, so this is gonna be funny. Oh, I'm also using my... Yeah, I mean, this is gonna be fine. I'm using my swords as subtlety. I forgot about that. Let me just do your favorite thing. Yeah, I do want to keep being subtlety. But yeah, it was, wait, switch to my daggers, thank you. I, was in a situation... Yeah! I was in a situation where we sometimes went, like, in those internet cafes, and some of them are literally, like, underground. Because there's a big, like, metro station here in Belgrade. And, I don't know nowadays, like, if it's still popular. I actually haven't, like, checked that out. Like, there's still some stuff active, but, like, back in the day, it was just, like, full of underground cafes in one section of it, which was, like, a pretty run down, like, part of it. But yeah, like, in some of those situations where you're already, like, underground with zero light down there, other than, like, unnatural light, zero natural light, I mean, uh, yeah, like, if some of, like, yeah, some of the guys I know literally went there for like weeks, and like when I say weeks, like it was cheaper to, it was something like ridiculously cheap. Like you paid like now it would be like double the price, but back then it was something like $2, even slightly less than that if you convert the currencies. For like an all-nighter in the internet cafe because like no one was really willing to stay at night, and then like a bunch of kids basically because they didn't have a lot of money were just willing to be there so their parents and shit don't annoy them. And yeah, like it was just a very popular place for younger people to just go and like stay the whole night. And yeah, like after a while, like some of my friends were literally staying till like 6 or 8 a.m. And then like when you leave the metro and like the natural light hits you with the morning, like yeah, some of them actually got into like some depressive mind states for a bit and like just had to stop. One of my friends, Pavlaka, actually, yeah, you know Pavlaka. Pavlaka was kind of the worst in the sense that like he just never had any like life crisis with shit like that. He was just chilling. Like he was the one who stayed the most, but like he just didn't care. He never had like a life crisis or anything with it. He was just chilling. That guy's tough. He's not really an emotional guy overall. But yeah, like, I mean, once though he did get like physically very sick because like he didn't sleep so long that like kind of after like a few days of doing shit like that, he went out and literally he was so dizzy, like he moves his head like a centimeter to the side, and he feels like the whole world is spinning, literally. Like, I had to bring him home. He was like kinda dying. I don't know, it was weird as fuck. Yeah, honestly, like, I personally get it. Like, I was never like that depressed over stuff like that, but like, yeah, like you feel much happier like if you wake up early. At least I do. Like, following the natural cycle. Like, I don't know, like morning is kind of like, especially if you're like in nature or something, but like there's a special feeling with it. It gives you, it motivates you. I don't know. Yeah. It's kind of easy to fall out of the schedule though, especially if you're doing some unhealthy things. That's kind of the problem. Like lately, I'm really not having that healthy of a schedule. Like I'm seriously like having from time to time just like problems falling asleep. I never ever had them before in my life. But recently, I'm genuinely having some problems with sleeping. I think I can easily fix it, like, as soon as I get some things, like, properly done in my life. But yeah, for now, like, I'm struggling. Like, even if I, like, stop a stream early, I'm super tired and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go to sleep now. I somehow end up, like, staying awake for, like, 4 to 5 extra hours and it's, like, just fucked. Like, really, really weird. But yeah, happens. Oh yeah, yeah, I love the comparison of resurrection sickness. Yeah. Yeah, resurrection sickness is a really good comparison. One of my friends, I think I mentioned, yeah, working out is really good. Like, I'm 99% sure if only I start working out, I'd fix like most of my problems. But yeah, I can't for a few reasons yet. Honestly, I mean, it depends from person to person. Villain! Yeah, we're on a rant again. What's up, man? Talking about workouts currently and sleep schedules. You know how it is. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. Yeah. Uh-huh. You know what it is. But yeah, I was just saying how, for me personally, like it's such a good thing to work out because it might be different from person to person. But for me personally, when I work out and stuff, I feel really happy and satisfied after it, and I sleep like a baby when I'm tired. Like the more tired and sore I am, the more happy I am. It's weird, and I don't mean like even when I'm bruised and shit. Honestly, like if I go to like a fight or like do some weird shit in nature, like just get myself all bruised up, I'm not a masochist, but like I love the feeling of my body improving, if that makes any sense. So it just gives me endorphins. Wait, let's keep like sleeping at the same. Yeah, I don't know shit about that. Not necessarily like sleeping at the same time, but we were more talking about like how, uh, more or less we were talking about like what happens when you sleep like relatively like a normal person to like wake up sort of while it's morning and sort of fall asleep while it's kind of like late. And that like it can get kind of depressive if well, not necessarily that it's even depressive if you don't have that, but like how you feel kind of happier and healthier if you wake up with like the morning. Like how, I don't know, like for me personally at least, like I'm saying like especially if it's also like in nature or something. Like if I wake up with the sun and like it's a nice morning, it really like gives me yeah, basically. I think. Wait, let me Google exactly what it is actually. Circadian rhythm. I think that's like it was up as a circadian rhythm. Circadian cycle. It's 24 hours regions. Yeah, yeah. I need to read more about that though. Like I'm not that I'm not that used to that term. Used to, like familiar. What I wanted to say. Not that familiar with the term. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I'm just saying, like, for me at least, like, it definitely gives me, like, more optimism and motivation. Like, I'm just kind of happier when I wake up, kind of like that. And I mentioned how, like, some of my friends got into, like, very depressive states when they did things when they, like, always went to sleep with the morning sun and were just awake the whole night. Because yeah, as kids here, we went to like some internet cafes and shit. I never stayed as much as they did. But yeah, it was like dirt cheap to stay the whole night because it was like it was something like around, depending on the internet cafe, was something between like 50 cents to $1 for an hour. But then if you stayed the whole night, which was like 12 hours or some shit, you could pay like a bit less than $2 to just stay there the whole night. So it was basically a price of around 3 hours for the whole night. So yeah, like people also like wanting to get away from their parents were just like using that. But it was also like basically like a metro station underground with no natural sunlight. So yeah, some of them got into some depressive moods after that. Yeah, I was also shifting to the story of my friend who, the second thing which can, from my point of view, like bring you some depression and shit, is one of my friends really struggled with talking to girls if he wasn't drunk. Yeah, yeah, I agree with you, Wellen. Like I mentioned, like Pavlaka, a friend of mine, he's sometimes like on Discord. He's kind of an anomaly. He is like not that emotional as a person, and I'm not saying it in like in a bad way. But in general, like he's sometimes like bad at reading emotions and is in general like not affected by them that much. And like he's the guy who like really is kind of strong in that sense that like he doesn't get affected by cycles or whatever. Like his whole life he could like sleep during the day and just not care. Like I don't know, he's tough with shit like that. I kinda like can do it, but like I'm just happier doing it the other way. Like I can genuinely feel that it's better for me if I do it the other way. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree with you. But yeah, my friend here had a problem with like if he doesn't drink, he couldn't talk to girls. And the also like other fucked up part was like yeah he got into situations sometimes that like he drinks so much that like he would yeah, my stealth isn't good enough it seems. Oof, not good. I mean we have vanish. Okay, let's squeeze these 3 seconds out of it. But yeah, he also had like problems where he doesn't know when to where is Winter Spring? I feel like it's this way. I feel like it's to the left. It would make sense that it's to the right though. Wait, is this? Yeah, this is to the... what? I don't know anymore. I'm just gonna go this way and check it out. Oops, maybe I'm not. I mean, I'm gonna corpse run, fuck it. Or am I? So yeah, he got into situations where he's so drunk sometimes that he also like had problems with like erection and so on. So like even if he like approaches girls, there's like no point to it. But yeah, like he got like really drunk. But the point of it is that like after a while, yeah, I'm not sure this is a good thing that I'm doing. We'll see. But yeah, after a while he got into the state where he realized that it's like really making him feel like shit. Because it's like he goes out, let's say like a Friday, and he drinks so much that like he is basically like it depends like what day he goes, but like essentially by his calculations, even if he goes out like just one night, he ends up feeling like really shitty and recovering for at least 2 to 3 days after. So by the time he goes out again, he finally like kind of recovered. So it's essentially like his whole week is kind of like a cycle of like, oh, I'm finally slightly feeling like a normal person again, and now I'm gonna fuck it up again. And then he just like kind of stopped doing it. But like yeah, it was a bit of an effort to get to that point. But yeah, I think alcohol can really like fuck you up. Probably drugs too. I don't have experience with that, but I personally don't like drinking because the hangovers. Like I like drinking a bit. I enjoy like wine with food and shit. And I've had my drinking arcs when I was like younger. But in general, like I dislike alcohol. Like getting shit smacked on a regular basis. Like it can be fun, don't get me wrong. Like especially like if you do some drinking games, like I'm not opposed to alcohol fully. But in general, like it's pretty unhealthy for you, and if you do it like very often, fuck. Yeah, it can be very damaging. I don't know. But yeah, like I think that's another thing that can be very similar to like a very bad sleep schedule, because it's like it just reminded me of what you were saying, Stasko, with resurrection sickness. It's funny because it's resurrection, and I talked about erectile dysfunction a second ago, so it's like resurrection. But yeah, basically I just mean like it can be problematic. Yeah, still getting messages. Give me just 2 seconds. Light is on. Phone is here. I mean, he's a chill dude. He handled it. Like he figured a bunch of shit out, so he's fine. He also is like he tried shrooms and some other shit. He had a very weird trip on shrooms. He's actually one of the guys who I mentioned like we had like a telepathic connection talk on shrooms once. But yeah, I don't know, like it's hard to talk about other people's trips because like you can't exactly know like why they tripped something or whatever, but like to me personally, one trip he had, I feel like it was like a combination of some things he wanted to do and so on, but also like kind of like a warning to him to like stop fucking with alcohol that much, because it literally got him stuck. He literally felt stuck in a psychedelic trip. I was like taking a bit of weed while he was tripping, and we basically like 2 of us were just chilling and letting him do his own thing. And then like I went to check up on him after like 2 hours or something, and dude was just stuck. He was literally, I don't know how else to explain this, but it was so fun though. It was so fucking fun. But like, I don't know, like I knew that like he's fine, so I wasn't that worried. But like it's actually fucked up psychologically, because he literally looked like a lost time traveler. It was like a Doctor Who episode or something. I don't know how to explain it. I don't even look at Doctor Who, but it's kind of like that. I look at Watch. I found him basically like with a notebook that he brought with himself to write something, and then because like he forgot, I think, to bring the pencil with him, he found like a piece of what was it, like he found something on the ground which was like a piece of chalk, imagine it, but like it was not white, but like when he was trying to write it was like black and like powdery like chalk. And he like wrote that way in the notebook, and it looked like a literally madman's writing. But the scariest part about it is like when you talk to him, he tried to explain to you how he's stuck in time, and how he tries to move through time, but then he realizes that like he doesn't know if any time passed or if he's in the same spot. And how basically like anytime he's trying to find any reason for him to like move on or have any like, wait, how the fuck do I get out of this place? I'm gonna die again. I can vanish again. That's a good thing. Okay, I'm close to the exit. Is there more? Fuck. Yeah, let's just vanish. I don't know what to do at this point. Sprint. Anytime he tried to like in any way make himself understand that like time is still moving. Is this Winter Spring? Moonglade. That's where. Yes. Okay, I'm here. Perfect. Yeah, I wanted Moonglade. Why was I talking about Winter Spring? Because it's right next to it. Okay. Sheesh, that was not worth it then. This looks like a peaceful place. Like, this is a place where you take mushrooms. Look at this. It's beautiful. But anyway. Yeah, I from memory remember it's something like this, but I wasn't sure which tunnel it was. And if it wasn't this one, like, I would have been so pissed off. I would have probably given up. But, yeah, I was just gonna say, like, I talked to him about stuff, and he was literally like, saying like the more I try, yeah, why did I even, like, one of the reasons I even tried going to see if he's okay and everything, he sent me a message and I have a screenshot of it somewhere, but it was basically like, damn, I can't remember it now, I hate it because like I'll butcher it, but it was basically like, it doesn't make sense, like the more I try to make sense, the more it doesn't make sense, something like that. And like he was just explaining how stuck he was. And it was like, just from the message, like I'm butchering it now, like I really can't remember, that was like 8 years ago. I'll remember like if I thought about it more, but I don't wanna waste time trying to do that now. Wait, these are... Can I... Is this Ford? Let's see. Is there a softcore path? But yeah, like, you could see just from the message that it was ramblings of a madman. And then I went to him and we talked, and he literally had some scribbles in the paper, for example, like, he looks at the clock, and he writes down what time it is. Now look at this. He writes down what time it is, so that he will prove to himself that time is moving, okay? And he wrote down, for example, like 3:14. And he looks back at the notebook, and he realizes that he wrote 3:14, but he's not sure when he wrote it, and it's like, am I tripping that like I wrote this, like, you know, like, I don't know, like, basically, like, maybe I'm just reliving this moment over and over, and I'm just thinking how, like, time is moving, but I just remember that I wrote it, and, like, whatever he does, he returns basically to the present moment without any memory, more or less. And it's a constant, like, struggle of... I can fly from here. Yeah, let me see. The easy multi-life way is to walk up Darkshore Beach till it says Moglite and drown. Yes! I remember that, basically. I mentioned that a bit earlier. I'm not sure where, though, but I remember that part.
Where would you like to fly?
Oh, that's where you say the hardcore path. Oh, this isn't connected to anything. Okay, fuck me, I guess. How is it not connected, though? Do I need the winter spring, or...? I don't know. Maybe I need this one? Probably need that one. But yeah. The Dark Shore. I remember there's a Dark Shore way. I just wouldn't know exactly like where to die. But I remember about that thing. Oh yeah. I know that you can farm with them, but like I wasn't planning to do it with the rogue, so I'm just gonna go to Ratchet here. I wasted like 3 vanishes and some cooldowns, but it's fine. But yeah, to just finish up the story, basically like you talk to him and he's like with his backpack and like a little bit of water, and he's just so deep into the trip. And like I look at the notebook and everything, and he like, I try to explain to him and to ask him like what's wrong, basically. Oh, I did grab the flight path, it's just not connected to anything. Cause I don't have the flight path to I imagine Everlook. Yeah, I think I need this one. I think. But yeah, I'm just saying, like, he looked at so many things back then, and it was like he just cannot convince himself that time is moving. He's just stuck. So the scariest part about it was the more he tries to explain it to me, the more I see that it doesn't make any sense to him. Because like one of his things before going into the trip was that he was like, he wanted to learn how to, like, as they're saying, like through meditation and like the Tao and like yin yang and all those like Buddhist and other types of things, like you need to live in the present. He was like, I want to live in the present moment and not be like bothered basically that much by the past and the future. And he basically kind of got that. I think also that it really hit him because like he was also stuck because like I saw him when he's really drunk, he got into kind of similar states where he's just so like drunk that he can't process information. He's just in that moment and repeats everything multiple times. So I think a combination of those two just got him literally stuck. So he kept repeating the same patterns and trying to explain to himself that like time is moving because he was desperate for time. He didn't understand like anything, like nothing mattered because like he was just constantly living in the present, and the present didn't have anything for him to grasp onto. and he was slowly starting to convince himself that he'll just stay that way forever without any connection to anything. And he was just trying to make a way to deal with it. So like basically like this will be my life from now on. And whenever I asked him like, okay, like what do you like, do you need help, like do you want me to just let you go, and he was like basically like, it doesn't make sense, like there is no time. And like he says like, I write this down and then I look at it and like, how many times have I looked at it already, and like nothing is changing, like I'm still here, like I can't move from the spot. And like each time he tries to explain it, he had a laughter which is impossible for me to mimic, but it was like when you hear it, if you didn't know the guy, and like the guy is chill and normal in general, like he just had the drinking problem for a bit, he wasn't even like an alcoholic or anything, he just like when he drinks he gets fucking shit smacked. But like he's a cool guy. He's a normal guy. He's like intelligent. You can talk to him about a bunch of subjects. But yeah, like he gets into a situation then when he just like he has the laugh in between of what he says, where like if you didn't know him, you'd be fucking scared of how fucking crazy this dude probably is. Like you can hear the insanity in his voice. I don't know how else to explain it. But yeah, it was kind of like like I don't know. It was a frequency of like increasing intensity of fucking craziness. He just really got stuck. But yeah, like eventually, what I've done is like I tried to talk to him about it, and like he was so stuck with no time or anything to grab onto that like eventually just like to like kinda like give him more time and space, but also to try to unstuck him. He kept convincing me how like we're kind of all stuck and it was just there. So I was basically like, well, like you can just like decide to do something and just do it. And he was like, but like I can't. Like it's just like it's stuck here basically. He's like nothing's moving. And then I was like, well, like you can just do it like this. And I just got up and I started walking and I walked away. And then it was basically like kind of different for him probably because like I just walked away and I just let him go. I was like letting him do his thing because I knew like the effect of mushrooms will wear off at some point. But yeah, like then he like got like a bit like better. He started like walking and following a bit and like got into his mind a bit. But yeah, like only after he showered like hours later did he realize that like he's not gonna remain that way, like stuck with his thoughts fully. Like that's one of the trips that I've heard some people have which were bad, but in general like most trips were kind of good for most people. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like it was partially like his body also like giving him a warning of like possibly also like you need the past and the future. You can't just live only in the present moment. Maybe like he thought of it the wrong way or something. I don't know. Like I don't want to assume his trips too much, but like that's just my theory. But also like I think it's just because like he did get into those episodes of like just drinking that much in that time that like it might have been like a bit too much. And yeah, I wouldn't necessarily like talk about his personal trips and stuff, but like he's very open about it, like he wouldn't mind. So yeah, like he even posted some stuff on Reddit of like some of our mutual trips and shit. Like one of the funny stories was like I really used to suck with how I played table tennis, and like I got a bit better at it over time, but like I was one of the worst players among our group of friends with table tennis. Though like most of them, to be fair, are really good at it. Like some of them are really really good. Most of them are kind of at least okay. And I used to like suck, so I don't know. Like some people who are maybe like average and like other crews, like I'm not like that bad, but in general, like I was pretty bad. Uh, but yeah, like we started taking mushrooms one time, and we were just playing table tennis. And while playing, we started just talking, and in one moment, as the oh fuck, I just missed the ship. As as in one moment, just the effect was starting to hit us because we started playing after taking mushrooms, but just like we weren't thinking about really how the mushrooms will hit us and stuff. And it was like some of our first trips on mushrooms. For me, it was like maybe the third one. But the thing is that like it was actually the first one I ever took in like nature because I took mushrooms twice before in Amsterdam, but that was a very different vibe. So in a sense, that was kinda like my first experience of mushrooms to an extent because it was the first time I kinda let go as well. But yeah, with table tennis as we played it, like I just got into a state. It would be the closest to compare it to like Dragon Ball Ultra Instinct or whatever, just because like lack of better words. But basically, like, as we were playing, I just started talking to my friend, and I wasn't really thinking about playing that much, and I just let my body, like, do its thing on its own, and I literally forgot for a bit that I was even playing it. Because I was so focused on the thing we were talking about that I just noticed in one moment, as it was like a long situation, like that friend who I played with is one of the better ones with table tennis. He started actually like really like hitting the ball like really hard and trying to like knock me out basically, but like to score a point. But for some reason, I just like started returning all the balls, and I wasn't even aware of it. I was just focused on talking with him, and I was like perfectly returning all the balls. And like I wasn't really like doing anything fancy like to win against him. I was just returning everything casually. I just got into some weird mode, you know? And like, yeah, I didn't even notice that I was doing anything similar to that until like I noticed the weirded out look on my friend's face, and then he started laughing, like, what the fuck? You know, like he really started laughing with it. But yeah, like some of the things, including that like table tennis thing, he actually posted on Reddit like a while ago, and he was talking about it because like we were really curious about like what the trips even meant. 'Cause it was his first interaction with mushrooms ever.
Time is money, friend.
And yeah, he went into a lot of things after that, and like after the table tennis during that trip. But yeah, was just was just really interesting. I don't know, mushrooms can be fucking weird. Yeah, sadly though, I didn't get like yeah, maybe because like I wasn't consciously focused on the table tennis at all. Like the next time I played, like I was still kind of shit. I didn't really learn anything from that trip about table tennis. Like I improved kind of on my own with table tennis, but yeah, I don't know. Like maybe if I was like fully focused on the table tennis, I would have like learned something. I don't know. I really do think they can be like a cheat sheet to uh cheat sheet. Just a cheat for mastering or learning some things a bit faster. At times at least. And now we wait. I need to go to Badlands probably from here. Let me see. King's Blood. We can send this. Yeah, that sounds good. But yeah, some mushroom trips are crazy. I don't know. I prefer doing mushroom trips alone though. But it's really good if you have like a spotter or whatever you call that, like someone who's there to like give you space but be like chill for support if you ever need it.
Interesting.
I kind of think like I'm a good spotter though. Like so far at least, like anyone who's done like mushrooms or anything with me like never minded me being there. Cause like I really know I really know how to like distance myself. Like I will always like leave you to do your shit, and I'll only kind of come back to like check up if like you're alive, and then like I'll be like, yeah, you're cool, you're chilling, okay, okay, see you later. Like I'll annoy you the next day or like after you finish your trip. Like I want to hear all about it if you're gonna want to share. But like I'm gonna let you trip. I feel like you're gonna go deeper and like do something like worthwhile if I let you go deep. I don't know. That's my thing at least. That's the way I do it. I can just like if you haven't experienced it that way, I can just compare the two times I was in Amsterdam and did it like with a lot of people and every other time after. And for me, it's like a lot of things. Number one, in Amsterdam, it was a lot of us in a city and in a small room in a hostel. And people kept coming in, coming out, and some of the people who were there, I wasn't even like, I knew some of them for like only a few days, and I was very comfortable with most of them. There were even some like cute interactions and shit, but the problem is, I personally am the type of person, and I think everyone to an extent is that way. It's like, how to explain that? Like, you're always gonna be somewhat self-aware. Like, I don't think there's a person who doesn't give any shit about what others think. Like, you're always gonna be somewhat self-aware. So it's like, as long as I'm with others, not only am I aware of what I'm doing and trying to act a certain way to some extent, it's also the fact that, like, I am analyzing and looking others. So, like, there's a lot of distractions there, but the moment I'm alone, shit unfolds in weird ways and goes really deep. I don't know, like in Amsterdam, for me, it was like I experienced a lot of things, but it was like shiny colors, very loud noises. Um I think about something, I can build it in my head really easily. Like, I could feel like a genius, even though I'm not like that intelligent. Like, you know, like I could see the Eiffel Tower in my mind and like try to see the tiny pieces and like move it around and like rebuild it. Like, it was easier to like do shit, and it was really cool and it was very vivid. But like, I personally wasn't tripping balls. It for me it's especially hard to do shit like that in front of others, because I'm always like, I don't know, like I'm always gonna feel others, feel their trips, feel what they're doing, and I get distracted by that. But like if I'm alone,
Yeah, what do you
I
want?
don't know, like I can look at a tree and I can like notice that it's like connected to all the other trees, for example. Like it's very different. Like I can, when I'm by myself, experience some very weird things. When I'm with others, I can sometimes like learn a lot about others. I don't know.
Time is
Like
money,
everyone's
friend.
kind of different though. But I'm just saying, like, my thing is kind of like that. Like if I'm alone and you let me like breathe a bit and just like focus on nothing, I don't know. Something happens each time. It might not be the same, but something does happen each time. It's kind of like you get some deep things. It might not be good things, but they're almost always deep.
Pleased to meet you.
Hello there, lass. The name's Oglethorpe, and I may be responsible for one of the amazing gnomish devices you might possess. If it blew up, then it wasn't me. If it
Yeah, now I
makes
need
you
a
rich,
flight
though,
path.
we can discuss royalties. Oh, and if you're from No Marigan, you can just take
No
two
Marigan.
90-degree angles, smash them together, and
Do,
start
do, do, do,
marching.
do,
I have
do.
nothing to say to you.
Level
Oh,
40.
you're the great savior of Oaks
Oh, I already
0904.
wasted
I
so
cannot even
many
begin to express my
vanishes,
thanks
flash
for your
powder, I mean.
assistance. My
It's
homing
gonna be
robot
a
simply needs
little
more
bit rough.
development, but your recovery has saved me countless hours of extra rebuilding time, as well as many
It's this
gold
guy.
pieces in manufacture costs. Please take your choice of any of these items I have. Thank you again for
Yeah,
your
I
generous
like it, honestly.
assistance, adventurer. My robots and I are in your debt.
My robots and I are in your debt. Yeah, that's also the thing. Like, if I'm... And that's similar... That's even more so... Yeah. Yeah, I feel the same way. Like, if I'm on shrooms and I'm with multiple people, I also, like, oh, I can laugh so much and I can get so happy. I can get so fucking happy when I'm just chilling with other people on shrooms. But, honestly, like, even if it's weed, if it's, like, a good crew, it's kind of similar for me just in that sense that, like, if I'm alone and I'm on weed, I can also, like, if I sit down and meditate, like, kind of trip and get lost somewhere. Like, I can start experiencing something deeper about something. Not always, but sometimes. But if I'm just with other people, it's just like, it's so great. It's so funny. It's like, we're just hanging out, we're chilling. Though it depends how I do weed, though. Like, if I really try to, like, do my thing where, like, I hold it in for a long time, like, even one hit, sometimes, like, I'm just out of it. Like, I can't hang out anymore. Like, literally, I don't know, like, I glitch my brain. I get into some deep, confused state where I can't function. Like, I'm kind of like my friend who got stuck, but in a different way. For me, it goes down to like some very weird processes in the brain where like I can't fully understand how my brain is functioning, and I feel like I can see like some tiny details of my brain's functions, and then I can't function like a normal person because like instead of just letting my thoughts and other things go, I become hyper aware of some very small details of things, and they confuse me and I can't understand them properly. I don't know, like that's what happens to me sometimes when I'm hanging out with people and I take in weed really deep. I don't know. I just have a thing where like I take it in, I hold it in for a long time, and I like meditate and I just do a certain thing which I learned to do. I don't know. Like one strong hit, literally. Like I don't need to take more than one inhale very often. I can get fucked like that, and I just can't function with people. I'm just done. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing necessarily, but just yeah, that's what happens to me. But yeah, like if I kinda casual, like smoke it like a normal person, I can be very just chill and having fun and laugh like fucking maniac. I love those types of situations where you just like chill with people and just talk about random shit and just have such good vibes. I was kind of mean with one of our friends once. I mean, he was having fun with it. Like, don't get me wrong, it wasn't mean in the sense that like he was like having a horrible time or was like tripping really bad or something, but he got really high for the first time and he sneezed. And I don't know, I'm just intuitive that way. Like the way he sneezed and he looked at the ground after sneezing, it looked exactly as if he got convinced that he sneezed so hard that he knocked some of his teeth out of his mouth. That's the look he made. And then I asked him, like, is that what you think you've done, basically, or something? And like, maybe I put it into his head, maybe I didn't read it correctly or whatever, but like, I think that's what he thought he did. And he started laughing. He was like, "No," basically, but like, I don't think he was like too sure of it because like, his imagination. That guy, he has like such wild imagination. He's fucking crazy. And what he ended up doing was like kind of just like touching his teeth and shit. And I was like, "Do you know how many teeth you even have?" And he started counting them. And he just started counting them. And then he tells me like a number, and I forget because like he kept counting them wrong. And it was so funny because like he counts the upper jaw, for example, and then I'm like, okay, but like you're just assuming that you have the same amount up and down. Like, do you have the same amount of teeth up and down? And then he gives me such a confused look of like, wait, is that right? And he starts counting again. He starts both up and down, and now he gets a different number. So I'm like, well, wait, like then the first one wasn't right. Like, what was that? And he counted them like 5, 6 times, and each time he made such confusing faces when he couldn't count properly. Like, I laughed my ass off, man. Like, that was so fucking funny to me. But like, it wasn't like like because like he counts them and then he starts laughing, but it's because it's like he counted them and it doesn't make sense that he counted it again and it doesn't like add up. It's like fuck, like we're having such a blast. And that was fucking crazy to me because like, he was so fucking goofy, man. Wait though. Wait though, wait though.